Now, Apex is about building communities, and we have many disadvantaged communities on our doorstep here in Derry. It's not just a case of simply building houses for people who require housing. If they have difficulties within their communities, we try to help them to resolve those. And that's an ethos that stems from my board of management, who are all volunteers and give up their time on a voluntary basis. And that's the ethos that we've tried to take to some degree in Africa.
To go to Africa, we had to do a fundraiser, and I took up running, and I began to do 5Ks, half marathons, and then led the marathons. And through that, I gained sponsorship.
I was very interested in helping out with this, so I joined Give As You Earn, and that was about 2001.
Through the Give As You Earn scheme, we have staff here now who donate money from their salary every month to our project work, and that's a key way of raising money.
Nothing would prepare you for what we saw when we arrived. The poor sanitation was awful, there was an awful smell.
From day one, you could see the poverty. People, they had very little.
People living in mud huts, hot, dry, dusty. The people depended on a local spring for their water. Within 3, 4 or 5 months, through the efforts of our staff, we were able to raise £10,000, and we sent it out then. And within 3 weeks of them getting the money, they had the diggers on site, and about 6 or 8 weeks after that, the dam had been created, just in time before the rainy season came. So within 3 days of rain, the dam, 20 acres of water, had been filled, and the dam worked. And for the first time, this community, which had a population of about 10,000 people, now had water security, and that made a huge difference to their lives. And they didn't have proper dry buildings to store the grain in, so we again sent out the money, and they produced the seed store. It held 1,600 bags of grain. It employed a local caretaker. So, they had water security, now they had food security as well too for the first time. So water made a huge difference. And the other big advantages here was that they could use local people to stop sort of the young people heading off to the cities, off to Nairobi. They could stay in the community and get work and be trained in building skills. When we were there in 2006, the school was open just a year, and there were 300 children now attending school. It didn't exist because there was no dam.
It was like at the end of the tunnel, this brand new school, children all playing, toilets, it was fabulous. And that's when you seen that Apex and Children in Crossfire are making a difference.
Miweleni is isolated by the fact that it's off the tarmac road by a distance of some 10 kilometres. So during the rainy seasons, the road becomes impassable. You can't get to the local hospital, which is 25 miles away. The key requirement there was a medical centre.
I got involved in the African project because my colleagues went out on a visit 5 years before I did in 2010, and they came back with lots of stories and lots of photographs, and I wanted to learn more about it and I wanted to experience it for myself.
At that stage, even before we went out, we realised the project won't work on its own. When we went out, we could see why. Here we had built a state-of-the-art medical centre in this community. The problem was they couldn't attract medical staff to it. So the second phase had to be an accommodation block where the doctor could come and stay Monday to Friday and then go back to his own community. And when we went out, we got a tremendous welcome, And again, that energises us as well too, to fundraise more.
It was a wonderful experience to see, there was something of a promise that this was really going to benefit the locals. Really, we knew we were going to see positivity out of it.
In the Moshi district, there's 260 primary schools, and the Miweleni school was in the bottom 20. We renovated the classrooms, built a new kitchen, and we built a residential block. Again, so your teachers could come and stay there Monday to Friday and go home at the weekends back to their own families.
And to see the change was brilliant. The floors were redone, walls replastered and painted, more books for the children, and a new kitchen.
Within 2 years of the primary school being renovated, and it moved to being within the top 15 of 260 primary schools. The change was phenomenal, and the reason again for that was the local community took ownership of the project.
Going to Africa definitely makes me appreciate things more here. I appreciate our education system, our warm homes, our healthcare system, and just the standard of life that we have here.
The locals, they welcomed us, they sang to us, they made us feel so humble.
Really friendly, really welcoming, really warm.
It's given a bit back. Like I have children myself, and when I look what they have, and when I look at them children out there, what they have nothing, and they are so happy.
I think what inspires me is the level of self-help within the community itself.
They're very focused. See their children at school. Their education means a lot to them.
They have nothing to learn from us. We don't come out to tell them anything. We go out to learn from them.